Asan. Here's the Lipscomb starting lineup. You'll see it's Pruitt, Jones, Johnson, Parker Hazen, and as Justin pointed out, J.O.'s going to be in there starting today for Lipscomb. The opening tip was controlled by the Knights, but then they lost it on a travel. Instead, Lipscomb gets it, and Johnson gets it. Put it in the book for K.J. Johnson. Gets the three-pointer. Lipscomb goes out on top 3-0.
K.J. Johnson's a guy that I really look at that with Asan out today, he's a guy who could really step up offensively. He's been doing pretty much everything for Lipscomb. He's been more of a distributor, but in this type of a game, he could really come in and give Lipscomb a scoring punch.
Counter three on the way. Won't go there for Courtney Ware, averaging nearly 24 points a game for the Knights. Working around the outside before KJ spins down low and then kicks it down on the baseline to Parker Hazen. He finds Pruitt on the wing, but with 8 on the shot clock, Pruitt instead's going to drive, can't drop it, and the rebound out to the Knights. Long three, in and out, no good. You know that they're going to fire the threes up. This time, Ognacevic comes down with the rebound for Lipscomb.
Yeah, especially Courtney Ware, who just launched that one. He's averaging almost 24 points a game.
Ognacevic with a three, off no good, and the Knights quickly to the other end with it. And up off the glass and good will be Jordan Buchanan, the senior, 6'2", out of Bowling Green, Kentucky. Played at Volunteer State Community College here in the Nashville area, up in Hendersonville.
Good quickness there, really like that.
Double team down low, ball knocked away, and almost went out the back door. If so, you better find that one down Granny White Pike, because it's out of here.
Well, and you can see early on the quick pace. Kentucky Christian really wants to get Lipscomb playing fast. Lipscomb's not going to mind playing that speed either, because they'll drain the three. It's Greg Jones.
That is almost perfect ball movement. KJ into the paint, kicked it to the corner, out top to the wing, that is, for the three that was put in the book there by Greg Jones. Missed three by the Knights. Lipscomb has the ball with a 4-point lead. Try to go inside. KJ tried to force it there. Just deflected away. Turnover. Knights have it. On the drive, high off the glass and good. Bucket up there by David Woodard.
They're really good in transition that time by Woodard, just pushing against Lipscomb. And right now with Asan Asajalo, we mentioned, not playing today, getting a little rest, you see Lipscomb's offense really has not worked the inside at all yet.
KJ has it knocked away, then he'll fight, get it back in midcourt. Gets by his player, takes it down. Got an advantage here. 5-on-4, shot up by Jones won't go, and a rebound foul down low. They had the advantage there with the player being left in backcourt, but couldn't take advantage of it. And the foul's going to be whistled on Jordan Buchanan, the senior. Lipscomb will have to do their, as Jones gets the three and fouled. I was getting ready to say they'll have to do their rotation different with the big men today, in that they have both on the floor, Parker Hazen and Ognacevic, and no Asan Asajalo to come in to give some relief.
Well, you would think Caleb Coleman's going to get more action today for Lipscomb as well. He'll be that third guy in the rotation, you'd imagine.
Who hasn't had much action this year. Part of that, he had an illness at the beginning of the season. So we'll see what might happen as this game unfolds. Lipscomb with a 6-point lead. Ware on the drive, missed on the shot. Pruitt tips it over to Jones, quickly out to KJ Johnson, and he's going to be fouled as his shot is blocked away. Oh, they say just blocked?
Not foul.
So he's blocked out of bounds.
Good recovery defense there, because that should have been a go up strong with a finish potentially and then draw the foul, but a good recovery defensively.
Mark Lennox, Chase Shaw, and Donald Daniels, the three officials working the game today, as the missed shot quickly gets it out, and on the run and the layup at the other end, and Lipscomb's defense in transition, not what Coach Lenny Acuff wants, as quickly to the other end, David Woodard goes up and gets the bucket, brings the Knights to within 4. Nice fake drive and a nice little dunk there by Parker Hazen.
Bring down the house right there. Parker Hazen was not going to be denied there. Nobody came over The back door was left wide open.
That has surprised everybody how he got so wide open, but at the other end, a counter three put up by Woodard. And Woodard now connects on his first three-pointer, but his third straight field goal, and this time they go down low and let Jacob go up. And he goes up and gets a dunk out of it.
Yeah, big move by Ognasovic there, as he missed on his first shot. He had been perfect going back to the Tennessee Tech game until that first miss. Hard to miss on that dunk.
Nice rebound by Pruitt. 4 Bisons ready to check in across the way. KJ Johnson sets it. The left-hander puts up the three, no good. Parker Hazen with a rebound, and then his pass down low bounced away, and now we'll have a foul as a couple of players are down on the floor.
Clean up.
It's one of the games as you get a nice foul and a putback there by Music. It's one of those games when you look at the stat sheet, you try to figure it out. I sat there and watched that game. I saw it unfold that way. Those turnovers were just a killer in that ball game. And once Tech got the lead, they weren't going to give it up. As Lipscomb had the early lead, as you got a three-pointer up and good there, as Caleb Coleman, we said he'd see some action, and the Orlando, Florida sophomore steps up and puts it in the book. And Lipscomb out to a 6-point lead again. Nice rebound by Coleman that time. And they're going to need some of his rebounding power here this afternoon. Clark, Schulman, a lot of these guys have had some good minutes here in this early season schedule for Lipscomb. Missed shot there by Schulman.
Nosovic goes down too. Got tripped up there.
Ware, he's the scoring machine for the Knights. But he passes off, and now they'll bring it back out to him. He'll fire up a long three. This one off the mark, and Schulman's got the rebound. Here come the Bisons on the run. Try to go down low with it, but it was kicked out of bounds.
Trying to get it down to Ognasovic.
Ognasovic will get his first break, as after getting a little break, back into the lineup will come Parker Hazen, the graduate forward out of Columbia City, Indiana. You'll see the pass that was intended down low for J.O., and big number 10 got out there and knocked that one out of bounds. And there's another three back-to-back now for Caleb Coleman. And Coleman with a couple of threes. He's got 6 early points.
And Lipscomb already 5 for 10 right now. 5 out of Lipscomb's 7 makes have been from downtown.
Missed three-pointer put up there by Woodard. Here comes Quincy Clark, gives it off to Parker Hazen. He's going to go up and try to dunk this one, but he gets set down on his seat that time, but he's going to be fouled. Tried to get the block on it, but they got body with it. And that's going to be on Jordan Buchanan, the senior. And so Parker Hazen will go to the line. He is a 71% free throw shooter. And he rolls that one over the iron and good.
A lot of bodies crashing there on Parker Hazen.
Hazen gets both the free throws. He's got 4 points in the game, the dunk and a couple of free throws. Lipscomb with their lead now at 11. 3 won't go, and only Bisons are around the backboard to get the rebound. Tommy Murr sees a gap, goes in, then kicks it to Schulman in the corner. 3 is in and out, no good.
Tommy Murr so lightning quick.
Quincy Clark shows some quickness too. Jumped to the passing lane and got that steal. He'll feed it over to Coleman for another 3. Can it be? Sets off the high pick. Now comes out top with it. One thing about it, all the Bisons on the floor can shoot the 3, and they will attempt that at some time. Quincy Clark finds a gap. He drives in, kicks it out for Tommy Murr. He can also shoot the 3. You better get that pencil sharpened, because you're going to need it again. Put it in the book for a 3-pointer.
14 for 22 now is Tommy Murr from downtown. Boy, is he a breath of fresh air this year from outside. And Lipscomb shooting from outside just in this early going has been fantastic.
14-0 run gives Lipscomb a 17-point lead. And then a foul will allow Kentucky Christian University to play it again right in front of the Bison bench.
Lipscomb averaging about 8.8 made threes a game. They've already got 7 here in the first 9 minutes.
They'll stop the run with that bucket there as the 9th point of the day now for David Woodard. But it doesn't stop the shooting for the Bisons as another
Quincy Clark
gets the bucket for Lipscomb.
8 threes already. Lipscomb, 8 of their 10 field goals have been from downtown.
Long three won't go there, and Tommy Murr is going to take the rebound and just pull that one away from Caleb Coleman. Coleman set for another three. Thought he was going to get 4 in a row. That one went in and out on him, but he missed on it. Around the top with it. Ware has it on one wing, back over to the other side. They go in the corner for a 3 on the way. This one's going to be nailed down, up and good by Aaron Music, averaging about 8.4 points per game. He's got 5 already in this one. Approach the midway point of the first half. And now Quincy Clark will fire up a 3. Won't go. Rebound fought for. Coleman saves it, plays it off the leg of one of the Eagles, but they are able to catch it before it goes out of bounds. Now we're going to get a reach-in foul here, I think, on Tommy Murr, and it is. As Greg Jones was trying to get set to take the charge, as now Lipscomb will do a complete roster change and bring in 5 new players. Or at least 4 new players. I think Greg Jones stayed on the floor.
They've only got 9 dressed out today, so they're only going to be able to do the
4 will be all they can bring in, right?
5 for the 4 for 5.
Unless they get Ty to come in and play over there. He's probably ready. They might let him come in and play. Nice rebound, but the putback won't go. They'll get a 3rd attempt. Nope. Instead, stolen away by Lipscomb. Pruitt driving. Player steps in. It'll be an offensive charge on Pruitt. Taking the charge there was Courtney Ware. You'll see it on replay.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot going on there.
It looked like he was already in the air.
Yeah,
by the time
Ware
moved over.
That one I could have seen going either way.
All loose. And then it went off the foot of KJ Johnson out of bounds. KJ thought he was going to be able to pick that one up and run, but it just kind of went off his foot out of bounds. When you look at the history of these two schools and a lot of information going back to their beginning, you know, they got a lot of similarities. There's a long, deep 3 of how they started as Christian schools.
Kentucky Christian out of Grayson, Kentucky. A couple of famous alumni is actually a couple Christian music bands that people may have heard of. Audio Adrenaline and Bleach, 2 Christian music bands back in the 90s, both starting at Kentucky Christian.
And they also have, what, high school, elementary schools associated with their college, I think, in the early days. And there's Greg Jones. He's going to fire up another 3 for the Bisons. As he's now 3 of 5. Lipscomb 9 of 17 from outside the arc here in the first 12 minutes of this first half, or first 11 and a half minutes.
And right now, the issue for Kentucky Christian, they're just leaving some of Lipscomb's players wide open. Now, granted, I've been impressed with Lipscomb's ball movement. There's a nice drive, but you just cannot leave these shooters open for Lipscomb.
Deshaun Hawkins goes up, the freshman out of Durham, North Carolina. Gets those 2 for the Knights. And then stripped away down low. Nazovic loses it, and quickly at the other end, and then a foul.
Pandemic year that we just, you know, 3rd year, it doesn't seem like that because of what he's had to already go through. As there's a 3 put up, offensive rebound by Parker Hazen, but just so many challenges for every coach that's had to deal with this.
Sometimes you feel like Hayes is just floating on a cloud when he goes up there for a rebound. He just gets above everybody as that ball's deflected and goes out of bounds. And Lipscomb will play it under their bucket. We were talking about the Appalachian Athletic Conference. They were in the Mid-South at one time, but the Appalachian Athletic Conference is an interesting group because it goes back to old Lipscomb roots. It goes back to the old VSAC, the Volunteer State Athletic Conference, which was the big conference across the state of Tennessee. And they were part of that from Kentucky. After that league changed, and it was kind of an interesting league as you see Jones go up and get the layup, because it went from the old Volunteer State to the Tennessee Virginia Athletic Conference, the old TVAC, and then from there went into this Appalachian State Conference, which has a lot of the old schools around Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina that we all played for years.
Great vision on that last offensive possession by Parker Hazen. Good adjustment of what Kentucky Christian is doing. When Lipscomb touches it down deep, they're cheating their guards off. They're not doing that, traditional where you run over the double team. You're really trying to, as soon as the low post defender turns to dribble, you're trying to just kind of cheat behind and poke it out, rip it away. And that time, Hazen able to locate Greg Jones streaking down the baseline for the finish.
At 8 games with a 3-5 record coming in, you got Hawkins at the line. He's already coming into the day 22 of 33 at the free throw line as he connects on those. And Hawkins now with 6 points in the ball game. Quincy Clark trying to set the offense down to 14 on the shot clock. Trying to feed it inside. This time they will foul Ognasovic before he ever got the ball fed to him. So Lipscomb will play it in under their basket with 6:48 to go in the half. It was pretty fast paced for a while, and then it slowed down a little bit.
Well, it was fast and furious, especially with the three-point shooting, but I think Kentucky Christian has made some adjustments defensively, most importantly, getting out on the shooters right now. So Lipscomb trying to work a little bit more of their inside game, trying to get it inside.
Well, they do this time to the big guy. He goes up and gets it. Ognasovic, the forward, the freshman, started at Val Pro, but then made his way over here. Big addition for this Lipscomb program. Getting a lot of playing time out there today, as Asana Sajla is getting that maintenance day and not playing in the game today. In and out shot. Quincy Clark's got the rebound. Oh, nice move, but the shot just wouldn't go. Moved all the way around to the defender, but he just couldn't drop it over the iron. Here's a quick pull-up three that won't go. And look, all the rebounders are wearing white jerseys. Yeah. The Knights had already taken to the other end.
And that's an area, like I say, one of the keys was, can they sort of stay even with Lipscomb on the rebounding? They've not been able to do that so far. 16-11, Lipscomb out rebounding them. Coming in, they were getting out rebounded by almost 8 rebounds a game.
Nice catch there, but not being able to complete it was Hawkins, but he was fouled by Quincy Clark. We talked about it in the opening game we did, how it would be important for them to watch the minutes played on a lot of legs. And interesting enough, they already make a decision to give Asan a day off this early, but really these are the minutes that can hurt you come March.
Yeah, I mean, one of the things that Coach Acuff talked to us about is that JFM kind of theme, January, February, March. That's what's really everything is focusing up to, and non-conference, very important in getting to January, February, and March. But for a guy as experienced and a veteran player like Asana Sajala, sometimes a day like this where you can get a little rest, just watch the action and then, go back in the next, Lipscomb's going to be playing again on Thursday night, a big non-conference game against Belmont.
Well, a lot of movement there, but no points or anything, and then it's finally kicked, and Lipscomb will play it in with 20 on the shot clock and 5:29 on the first half game clock. Double team down low. Now they'll go to single, and he can eat you alive with a single man on him, and he does. Ognacevic goes up and gets the 2.
Great patience. I mean, you see the way he used that pivot foot, and you know, a lot of big men want to take that one drop step turn and shot. That time, just very patient with his movement, even in the face of contact.
Get out to Ware. He'll put it on the way and get it. Courtney Ware, you know why he averages nearly 24 points a ball game, fires up a 3 like that and gets it.
He was 0 for 5 before that. So getting that first shot, Lipscomb has done a decent job with him so far. He's just 1 for 8 from the field, but still.
A little confused out there. It is Sunday afternoon. A lot of football's played, and another kick ball there. I think we've had more kick balls in this first half than we've had most of the other games we've called, as Tommy Murr's 3 is in and out, no good. Comes Woodard to push it up for Kentucky Christian. Ware tucks it, takes it, misses on the drive again, and again he's struggling a little bit. Just 1 of 8. Make it 1 of 9 now from the field, as Ognacevic is going to be fouled going up, and he'll get to go to the line to shoot 2.
Oh, good job by Quincy Clark. He kind of had decisions to be made. It was a 3-on-2 scenario, and it was one of those things he was trying to wait at the last second to see which way the defenders were going to commit, and he makes the right decision going to Ognacevic.
Ognacevic with the free throw. It's been one of the bright spots once he put on a Bison uniform. As a big guy, he does a good job at the line.
Yeah, he's a very good free throw shooter. Coming in, shooting 94% from the free throw line.
He was 29 of 31 coming in, and now just hit his first one here today. Make it 2 in a row. And Lipscomb now leading it 42-28 as we head into the final 4.5 minutes of this first half. Oh, almost an extra step there. So quick nobody could see it, but he pulled that pivot foot up a little early. Oh, me in the corner. Ware decides that maybe I need to shoot from outside. That'll be another 3-pointer for him. Quincy Clark on the drive. Looked like he was going left, then puts it up right-handed, but it's popping in and out, no good. And
what a
you can't wait.
pass.
In and out, no good. Lipscomb cooling their heels a little bit from out in three-point land. 9 of 21 now. You think cooling their heels a little bit. That's a lot of three-pointers, but when you're around it, you get kind of spoiled, Justin. You want them all to drop.
Well, and I think that's a little bit of the concern for Lipscomb, is they kind of just relied on that three-point shot early in this game to build the lead, and that was really all they were doing. Where's the rest of the offense coming from? They were 9 for 17. Now they've missed their last 4 three-pointers.
See what happens here with 3:05 to play. Tommy Murr will run the point. They'll work it through Parker Hazen, who then is going to be pushed and fouled down on the base, down on the blocks. He'll go to the line with a 1-and-1. I thought he was going to get hung up and get called for the travel, but then he got pushed a little.
Yeah, I think if he doesn't get that foul called right when the contact happens, I think you're exactly right. I think he's going to go on and have that extra step.
A.J. Johnson back on the floor. He hit a 3 early on, and that's his only 3 points. I think they've missed a lot of his scoring this year. I think it's going to be important to see if he comes back providing some points.
Yeah, I agree completely. I think Johnson, he's got to do it more. He's got a good outside shot, but his forte is getting into the lane, using his quickness and his speed.
I think he has to. Got an illegal blocking foul called there by the Knights. I think he's got to create it by going to the bucket.
Yeah.
And just haven't seen that rhythm in the games we've had so far. Again, it's early in this kind of preseason, but that's the kind of rhythm you'd like to see how that begins to fall into play. He's got a heavily taped thumb on his left hand,
which is his shooting hand.
A lot of give and go up here, a little pick and roll and a little ball to the corner, back out to the wing. That's probably about as fast a movement we've seen out of Lipscomb, and there's the left-handed shot put up by KJ that won't go. But a lot of movement that time before he ends up taking it to the rack.
It's great action for sure on the offensive end, and Lipscomb had, really they had the mid-range shot there, but KJ Johnson tried to go in and push it, get some contact, draw the foul, didn't go his way.
Here's Ware, long three-pointer. He shot that one from way down in Kentucky that time. And then Jones, offensive foul. It was either going to be a travel or it was going to be a charge, and they got him for the offensive foul. And now Schulman will be up on the bench in a hurry, and he'll go down and check in for Greg Jones.
They're going to bring Ognasovic back in as well, and he's the one guy that can kind of be the calming presence on the offensive end for Lipscomb. I think Coach Linieka knows and understands that.
You got to watch Ware. He will shoot it from anywhere. He will drive as he did then, missed it, but got his own rebound, and then this one is blocked away. Probably a little frustration setting in with him, but then a stolen ball here and stolen right back. We can't call that when it was happening so fast there. Schulman fell down, lost it, and then all of a sudden, Woodard lost it before the Bisons picked it up and got to the other end with it, and Parker Hayes is going to get to go to the line.
If you like end-to-end action, we've got end-to-end action here, that's for sure. Both these teams like to play at a fast pace.
There's no half-court offense set up against a zone in this game, is it? Parker Hazen short with that free throw. I'm not even sure he got any iron on it. As they'll bring Caleb Coleman back in for Lipscomb. This next minute and a half could be important for either team. The Knights get a little bit of a run here. Or if the Bisons can shut them down defensively and see what they can do offensively, because they've struggled a little bit offensively the last couple of times down floor. There's a missed shot and a nice rebound to Schulman. And Schulman was in the corner ready if they could feed to him for an open three, but Schulman instead we'll see the ball stay inside, and Ognasovic be fouled, and he'll go back to the line to shoot. That's the 10th foul. They're over the limit. We'll be shooting 2.
Well, Sana Sajal, of course, getting that rest day. 17 points, almost 10 rebounds. Got to figure out who you're going to get to fill that role when he's not playing. And Ognasovic, who's averaging in his own right about 16.2 points a game, he's a guy that can definitely fill that role. He's now in double figures with 10.
He's at 10. Jones has hit his average. He's got 12 above the 11 he normally averages for Lipscomb. They're the 2 in double figures leading the way for the Bisons. Here's Ware on the drive, and then he feeds off this time, but the shot just won't go as it's missed inside there by Harris. Over in the corner, Caleb Coleman. He hit his first 3, but he misses on this one from outside. Drive and a bucket just won't go. Just rolled over the rim there. Wouldn't drop for Ross. And Lipscomb gets it back with 19 seconds to go. Leading here 45-33. Led by as many as 14. Out on top by 12 here. Ticks down to 8 seconds. They'll attack now with a long 3. Just won't go there. And out of the conference, you just wondered how they've kept that rivalry as active as it's been. Lipscomb with the ball to start the second half, and Ognasovic going to be fouled down, and he'll get to go to the line as he's fouled down on the block. But somehow, year in and year out, the Battle of the Boulevard turns out to be a real battle.
Yeah, it really does, and I think a lot of it is because both these teams realize, you know, especially Belmont, they're, you know, one of the few teams you know, where you can understand where a win against quality opponents in the non-conference can really propel you when you get into the conference season. And Coach Casey Alexander saw it when he was here at Lipscomb, sees it at Belmont, and Coach Acuff understands the same.
Made me think a lot about it yesterday as I was watching all the football rival games, and many of them aren't in the same conference, even in football, but they're still big rivals against everyone.
But you see it even in that. I mean, you see games. I mean, for instance, Auburn was a 20-point, you know, home underdog against Alabama. Well, that goes to 4 overtimes. I mean, it happens in every sport.
Shot clock down to 2. Long shot fired up off the iron, no good as the clock was running down. Lipscomb will attack at the other end. Parker Hazen loses it, knocked away from him. But before that, KJ Johnson, what a pass over to Parker Hazen. And then KJ getting a rebound at the other end. Now he sprints it coast to coast, and he'll take it toward the rack, and he's going to be fouled. You know, one thing about KJ Johnson, if you're going to foul him near the goal, somehow he's going to release that ball like it's a shot.
Yeah, he will. You see just kind of off the fingertips there.
KJ shooting 80% at the free throw line, 12 of 15 coming into the day. This will be his first free throw attempt. He has 3 points at a three-pointer back at the beginning of the game. But he misses on this first free throw. Sophomore out of Lewisburg, Tennessee. He was a 2-time Class 2A Mr. Basketball in the state of Tennessee. He was the second leading scorer on the team last year at 13.5 points a game. He's right at 10 points a game this year as he connects on the second free throw. A little bit too hard on the off-balance shot there by Woodard. Just laying it over the top of the iron.
You like the aggressiveness by Ognasovic there. He's now got 13 to lead the way for the Bisons, and Lipscomb making a concerted effort to look at him early in the shot clock.
Pretty important, I think, to pound it to him when they can, and then he'll come out and hit a 3 and catch everybody off guard.
Well, it's so much easier to play, you know, inside out as opposed to outside in. The first half we saw outside in. That's great when you're knocking down shots, but when you're not knocking down shots, it's a lot harder. A lot more easy to play inside, get that going, and then kick it out for your outside game.
Did you see that pass by KJ in the paint to get it over to Ognasovic? I mean, he just wanted to make sure he got it to the big kid and his ball didn't knocked out of bounds. But that was some drive and feed to it.
The thing about KJ Johnson, you know, we talk about him and his scoring this year, maybe down a tick here early. He leads the team in assists, though, 31 assists coming in. And you know, he's embracing that role in a lot of ways. Look, I got poked in the eye there. There's Ognasovic. That's the other part of his game that's so transitional.
He'll work you inside. You let off of him. He'll sneak outside and nail a 3. Put it in the book for him. 52-33. Lipscomb coming out with the lead here, extending it here in the second half.
A 7-0 run to start the second half.
19-point lead, the largest for the Bisons. Shot clock down to 2. The drive and the layup just before the horn sound. Put up and good there by Dume.
It's a tough shot against a much bigger Parker Hazen.
We were so fast up and down the court as we get the second with an exclamation mark. Call it what you want to. He flushed it. He slammed it. Well, the old slammaroo there by none other than Parker Hazen, but he put an exclamation mark on that one.
I think he was a little frustrated. Wanted to put a little frustration into that rim there after getting scored on the other end.
Nice little runner there, put up and good down on the baseline by Hawkins. I was getting ready to say we had gone the whole first half so fast-paced, nobody even looked at the shot clock. And now twice here in this half as KJ is going to step out of bounds on the sideline. Kentucky Christian's gone down to the final second of the shot clock.
Yeah. And give credit to Lipscomb defensively, and now he's going to exit, and he's calling for the trainer. He's got a little bit of a limp.
Will Ness will work on him as he gets down. I don't know if he's got a cramp or what, whether he needs to be stretched out, but he's gone over into the tunnel area. There's a long three put up by Courtney Ware, and just like that, 5 straight points for Kentucky Christian. Back down to a 14-point game. Ball going to be stripped away, taken away, and another steal. Kentucky Wesleyan 2-on-1. Couldn't slam it, but he had enough presence of mind to catch it and got it off the glass and scored. Wow.
Quick response, though, from Kentucky Christian. 7-0 run over 44 seconds.
They've hit their last 4 field goals. They've cut this lead down to 12. Had some question marks go up for the Knights, but because they heard the ball being blocked, but the foul was called. But I think the foul was more the push from behind. As there's a missed shot by Courtney Ware, and Lipscomb with the rebound. Three on the way is good. Put in the book for Greg Jones. And the Bisons stretch it back out to 59-42.
Jones now 4 for 8 from downtown.
Now we got an offensive foul going to be called against Music away from the ball. And they get him for using his leg to get position, maybe a little illegal screen move, and then the ball came to him. And so that'll be his 3rd personal foul, and the team's 4th here in the second half. Holman trying to get open underneath, but they couldn't feed it to him. So now he'll come out, take it top, and then tries to go down low, and then it's stripped away by the Knights. And then there'll be a foul whistled on Caleb Coleman. He wanted to go up and try to block that shot there, Justin, but instead his body will foul Woodard.
Yeah, just not a great play on the offensive end by Coleman. He tried to force it down to Ognasovic, and really just not a spot where he needed to go. And the problem is, you have a live ball turnover against Kentucky Christian. They are so fast in transition. They don't complete the 3-point play, but still.
Yeah. They've hit 5 of their last 6. The only thing that's helped Lipscomb out is they did hit their last 3 field goals before that last turnover. Coming out of the timeout. Greg Jones dribbles through a couple of guys, can't lay it up, but he'll draw the foul. It's heavy traffic down there when you dribble around guys like that.
Yeah, he was going through 3 guys. 3 converge. I don't know how he got through him, but I mean, clearly the slap on the arm.
He's an 83% free throw shooter, 10 of 12 coming into the day. It's his 2nd one today. He's leading the Bison scoring. Well, actually, he's just behind Ognasovic. He's got 18, but now Jones with 16. They're the 2 players in double figures for Lipscomb. 3 players in double figures, that is, for Kentucky Christian, as Jones now with 17 points. Ware has 11, Woodward 11, but Hawkins leads the way with 13. Hawkins and Buchanan both in foul trouble with 4 each for Kentucky Christian. Almost losing it off the dribble was Music, but he was able to save it, get it back to Courtney Ware, down to 8 on the shot clock. They go to the corner, miss 3. And the rebound's kicked around, and Jones comes out with it. Lipscomb dominating the boards. Dominating.
33-20 right now. Long shots usually lead to long rebounds, but really Kentucky Christian, they're putting up long threes, but it's almost like as soon as the shot goes up, they're just abandoning the boards altogether.
Tommy Murr lost it out of his hand, and so his shot really was off the mark. Here's Ware on a quick catch at a 3 that just won't go. But you're right, Justin.
There's nobody going.
There's nobody there. There are only white shirts in the Bison uniform around the goal when the shot goes up. They are not crashing it at all for the Knights. Here's Jones for 3. In and out, no good. And the rebound taken out by Harris. And here come the Knights. Three out, 2 down. The offensive pattern set up here by the Knights. And kind of a little loop shot at the ASUN logo is going to be good, though. Put up there by David Woodard. And Woodard gets his 13th point of the ball game.
He's only playing in his second game this year, but he had 26 in his first game he played in this year. So Woodard, a welcome addition for Kentucky Christian.
Another missed three by the Bisons. They're now 11 of 27 here in the game. We got an offensive foul. I think it's called against Ware, pushing off, was it not, on his drive down the baseline? It was.
He was lowering his shoulder.
Yeah. So Courtney Ware picks up his second foul. He's averaging 24 points a game. He has only 11 in this one here today. But, you know, he is 12 of 47 from three-point land coming in. Here today, he is 3 of 11. He's shooting a lot of threes. Caleb Coleman has it knocked away and stripped away from him. Up to Ware, and he'll go up for the layup. Oh, he missed it. Came in and out no good. The tip was no good. 2 shots on goal, missed there by the Knights, and here come the Bisons. I don't know how either one of those shots did not fall. Parker Hazen back on the floor is going to be fouled. I mean, Ware's shot went down and came out.
It was, it looked like, you know, sometimes what happens is it looked like Ware was preparing for the foul, and that maybe got him a little off kilter. Here's the foul on the other end. That'll send us to a break. Lipscomb be back to the free throw line when we continue. They got a 15-point lead. We're under 12 here from Nashville.
Take a look at Parker Hazen. He's going to be fouled here, Justin. They're up on his back. If you thought he had some heating pads earlier after he hurt his leg during that timeout, I hope they put the heating pads back on him, because he needed to loosen up that back after that foul. He'll go to the line now to shoot 2. Maybe this will loosen him up and get some points on the board. A little short with that one. He's taken a beating under there a couple of times.
And he's a little frustrated with himself. 3 for 6 now from the free throw line. Make it 4 for 7 as he gets the friendly roll.
He had to use every bit of the iron to get that, and really that's Lipscomb's first point in about the last, 2:18. We hadn't had a field goal in over 3 minutes, but hadn't had any points at all for a long time here. Even though they lead at 62-46, make it 62-48. As a nice little jump shot there goes in.
Well, the difference
Kentucky
between
Christian.
this half and last half is only 4 3-point attempts until that one right there, and that's not even going to count.
Second time that mistake has happened on the sideline. I don't know. You see that call so many times. Somehow in practice, you've got to get these guys to play off the base, off the sideline, because they're so long-legged. They reach back and they step out of bounds. That's twice it's been called on Lipscomb here this afternoon. Movement out top. Ware working with music. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Music fed it in, and a good up to the bucket play there by Harris to go up and get 2. Back down to a 12-point game. You know, Lipscomb's had some times like this, and it's one of the things they have to work on, are these long droughts without field goals. There's Murr for 3. Still can't close it. Nice battle for the rebound. Fought out there, and finally Lipscomb keeps it alive. Schulman and Coleman keeping it alive, and Schulman gets the reward. Put it in the book with a 3-pointer.
It happens so many times. You get that offensive rebound, and it kicks out to a 3-point shooter. And Lipscomb makes the Knights pay.
Little dribble, pull up 3, no good. And again, it's all Lipscomb players around the. Oh, that's an intentional. That's an intentional. It will be called by Bart Lennox, because they saw that Parker Hazen was set to go up probably for a dunk, and the intentional foul will be whistled against Kentucky Christian. And the foul is going to be charged to David Woodard. He wanted to make sure that Parker wasn't going to score, and also wanted to make sure he wasn't going to dunk it. Now, there was nothing in it to hurt anybody.
And what I was going to actually say is the one good thing is so many times you see those and they're kind of malicious. That one was actually not very malicious. It was just not smart.
He just said, I'm not going to let you jump. I'm not going to let you do it. I'm just going to hold you here.
But that's really not smart, because now Lipscomb gets the ball back.
Well, they got the points in the ball. They're up 17 as we come to the midway point of this second half. And Lipscomb making some player changes again. Early in the first half, they would bring 4 new players in. This time, just a couple of changes. Tommy Murr with a fake inside, set for the 3 and missed on it. Ognacevic is there to get the rebound. Jacob dribbling. Nice spinning move and got it. He took it from the corner and just worked his all the way into the top of the rim with that one.
20 points now for Ognacevic.
Back out to 19. Tommy Murr makes it 21. Biggest lead of the afternoon for Lipscomb with 9:40 to play. They're up by 21.
Yeah, nice pickpocket there by Tommy Murr. Not had his best shooting effort tonight, but still you like the effort on the defensive end.
Boy, that's how quick this game can turn. Go from a 12-point lead to a 21-point lead after you thought Kentucky Christian was getting a little more momentum going their way. Lipscomb just kind of turned it the other way. Schulman gives up the 3, steps in for a 2 that won't go. And the rebound out to the Knights. Lipscomb now 12 of 30 from outside the arc. How about outside the arc shooting by Courtney Ware? He's now 4 of 12 from out there. He's got 14 points under his average of 23.8. Nearly 24 a game. Tommy Murr for 3. In and out, no good. We'll get a foul called on Parker Hazen because he got a little push off that time to get rebounding position. He went up and got the rebound, Justin, but he got an advantage. A little bit of a push off down below. Official right on top of it.
Yeah, I mean, that was, Parker knew it immediately. He handed the ball right to the official. Nice spin move there.
Spin move won't go for Hawkins. Lipscomb with another rebound where they're just dominating. 38-25 in the rebound category. Knoxville, he was open for 3, didn't shoot it, and then all of a sudden he got kind of tied up, but he found Quincy Clark over on the side. Down to 8 on the shot clock. Clark lost the handle and then picked up what looked to be just a loose ball, garbage ball, and he went and scored with it.
Yeah, but what you like about Quincy Clark is shot clock winding down. He can create. That's what's great about him. You want players that can create when there's nothing there sometimes and the shot clock winding down. I don't know how Hazen missed that.
He slapped the backboard, but the ball went just between his hand, the backboard, and went right through and scored. Turnaround, it won't go for Knoxville. Ware fakes a 3, drives in.
That's the thing is 12 is not a terrible number with, you know, not horrible. I mean, you still got 7 minutes to go, but, you know, the where you turn the ball over, how you turn the ball over, the live ball turnovers leading to quick points. And this Kentucky Christian team, even though it's still a 16-point game, they have shown they can score the ball very quickly.
Parker Hazen wide open again down in the paint. Again, he can go back behind his head with it and just bring it straight down the old rim. And he does to give his team an 18-point lead. But challenged at the other end, going up and scoring for the Knights is Woodard. And Woodard now with 19 points to lead the scoring attack for Kentucky Christian. Schulman thought about the 3, open for a second, doesn't. Instead, he'll go over on the side, and the big kid, Jacob Ognacevic, he doesn't think twice. He puts it up and puts it in the book with the 3-pointer.
About his first 2 games in Al Arena, he had 30 against Birmingham Southern. He's got 23 this afternoon.
His second 3-pointer of the day. He is 7 of 12 from the field, 7 of 8 at the free throw line, and he's got another rebound now too, as he's playing a lot of minutes here this afternoon. He's got 7 rebounds, I think, now, with his 23 points. We got a double-double sitting on the bench. Asana Sajula, who is taking the afternoon off. They're getting him a maintenance day to rest his legs here in this early part of this preseason time as KJ Johnson gets planted and draws the charge from Courtney Ware. That'll be the 4th foul on Ware. Ware's got 4. Hawkins has 4. Woodard with 4. Jones with 17, Hazen with 12, and Anasovic with 23 for Lipscomb. You've got Ware with 14, Hawkins 15, and Woodard with 19. As the foul there will be charged on Woodard, and that's going to be his 3rd.
10th team foul, though, so 2 shots the rest of the way.
They got 10 early on, 2 in the first half. As Caleb Coleman will go to the free throw line, be his first free throw attempt of the season, and it's good. Coleman hit 3 threes to start this game. Since then, not any scoring, 6 rebounds, but now he's in double figures with 10, make it 11 as he connects on both the free throws.
Career high for him now. He had 10 against Stetson, was his previous career high, so 11 a new career high for Caleb Coleman.
Good afternoon for him because he was going to be called on to be that 3rd post player for the Bisons as KJ Johnson's going to be whistled for the foul. And I think he stepped up and has really helped out Lipscomb today. As Coleman was applying the pressure, but KJ Johnson got whistled for the foul. Will Pruitt running the point for the Bisons.
It's a tough shot there. Kind of a floater for Ignacevic. The thing with Ignacevic you can do, which is you've seen a lot more these days, especially obviously NBA with all the big men that can shoot. You can do more of the pick and pop as opposed to the pick and roll action. With him, you can do it both.
They'll take it down on the blocks this time. Player fell down. He wanted a foul on him. There was nothing called. And then Onaxabe, after he got the bucket, reached down and picked Hawkins up off the floor.
Yeah, a little sportsmanship there. What you like about him too is he's got that touch, that feel for when do I really need to kind of use my size, my strength, my power? When can I kind of use a little bit more of my finesse?
Nice little, got a finger on that one, enough just to block it, and it fell in his hands when the shot missed there by Hawkins. And then Pruitt trying to do a step going in. He may have turned an ankle. He's limping a little bit coming down after the missed shot, and then a 3 is up and good by Durante Ross, the freshman out of Durham, North Carolina, played at Voyager Academy. Gets the 3, and that'll be the 7th three-pointer of the game now for Kentucky Christian. Lipscomb, meanwhile, 13 of 32, of 32 rather, from outside the arc. Nice spin, nice turn, nice points.
Again,
Big J.O. Boy, he can play, can't he?
He can. Just got such a sweet touch. 9 for 15, 2 for 4 from downtown.
27 points, give him another 3, and he'll match his 30 points he had in his first game in Allen Arena. He just got another loose ball picked up down at the defensive end of the court. And Coach Lenny Acup's going to call a timeout because he wanted to make.
Going up against a Division I team, and Lipscomb is just
Caleb
they've held their own at times, though. I've been impressed. There's
Yeah.
been spurts with Kentucky Christian where you can see, man, they have got some athletic players, and they can get up and down. And if they're hitting from the outside, watch out.
Well, they came out of the box really playing fast and hard, and really gave Lipscomb some great experience and great things. When you read about these two schools, a lot of things that were very similar in their history in their past. As a nice little turnaround shot will be good, put up there by Hawkins. And I tell you, they really impressed me, especially coming out of the blocks early, Justin. They were running up and down this floor and putting the ball up, and really made a very fast-paced game. There's Coleman, his 3 off the mark.
Yeah, I mean, you can see, I mean, they came in averaging almost 84 points a game. You can see why, just with the speed at which they like to play. I think pretty good sign that Lipscomb's been able to hold them at bay here, 67 points.
They had won 2 in a row coming into this afternoon's game. Lipscomb losing their last time out at Tennessee Tech, and then today doing a little bit of resting for Asana Sajala as we go inside a minute to play. Lipscomb's next matchup game will be Thursday night, Battle of the Boulevard. It'll be a doubleheader. Women play first and the men will follow. And as we said, Lipscomb got a lot of Sunday afternoons to play here in Allen Arena. Meanwhile, they'll have some midweek games and some pretty big midweek games coming up. Belmont this week on a Thursday, and then the next week they're going to be down at Miami, and then the 15th they'll be at Florida State.
Yeah, some of the tough challenges are up and coming, that's for sure, for Lipscomb. But that's the life of the mid-major before conference action.
Quincy Clark going to be fouled as he goes up for the layup. Now whistled on Miles Shipp, who's getting some playing time, the freshman out of Portsmouth, Ohio.
I think what you like here, you have Asana Sajala sitting out a game, 17 points, 9 rebounds, almost 10 a game. Who's going to fill that? Where are those points going to come from? Well, you know Caleb Coleman's going to step into that third post player position. 13 points and 7 rebounds for Coleman. I mean, that's a good fill in. That's a good fill in there. And then you talk about Ognasovic, who you know gives you that consistency. What does he do kind of in that primary role? He steps up with 27 points and 8 rebounds. So, I mean, I think this is exactly what Coach Lenny Acuff was hoping for when he sits his big fella to give him a little bit of a maintenance day.
And above his average, you'll get 12 points out of Parker Hazen, who's usually averaging just under 8. And you get a good day, too, from Greg Jones, who ends up with 17 here today, above his average of 11. So you got some extra points picked up there, and everybody doing their job. And the Bisons, even when Kentucky Christian made a run on them, they're able to stretch it back out. They're leading here by 19 as the clock winds down. And the horn will sound.